Today's video, we are going to do somewhat of a detailed cleaning video on the Taurus G3 Tactical. I have not done a cleaning video on this gun since I got it, and we're going to tear it down and get it all cleaned up. This gun is clear. There's no magazine in it. I got to take the comp off the camera and the light off because, well, we're not allowed to show anything being attached to a firearm anymore. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I already showed you the gun's clear. We're gonna take the slide off, set the frame down, gonna remove the guide rod and spring. Okay, this gun is filthy. We've been shooting a lot of rounds through this lately. We've been testing out the red dot on this, the comp. So the gun's pretty nasty right now. Now this part is completely up to you if you want to go into it this far, but we're going to remove the back plate off of here. And how you do that is hold down right there with a punch. You can see how that just sprung up. Push down on that, slide the back plate off with your thumb. We are going to get that out of there, and we're going to clean that channel out real good on that. Now you don't have to go that far with it if you don't want, but that's where we're at with this. Alright, now all the products we're going to be using today to clean this gun are all brought to us by Breakthrough Clean. So this comp is going to be the only thing we're going to be using the military grade solvent on. So I want to move this stuff out of the way. We're going to spray this down real good with this solvent because this breaks down the carbon. And we're just going to set this up here in the tray, and we're going to let that soak throughout this cleaning video. Now we're going to be using the Breakthrough Clean all-in-one. This is their CLP. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to put the nozzle of this down in the barrel, and we're going to spray that down in there, and we're going to let that run all the way down, and we're just going to set that up here, and we're going to let the inside of that barrel soak in that CLP. Alright, the first thing we're going to address is this, and we are going to take a nylon brush. We're going to hit this with just a little bit of CLP, and we're going to scrub this down really good. Alright, we're going to take this side of the brush. We're going to get down in here. We're going to inspect our firing pin here real good. It looks fine. This gun's starting to get a lot of rounds racked up on it. Going to do the same thing with the guide rod and spring. Just going to let that soak. Now we're going to take our brush, hit this with some CLP again. We're going to get inside this slide and just scrub it real good. Get your channel real good, where your rails are going to make contact. get in here. Alright, we're going to go in from the front, and we're going to get up in here. Alright, now we're going to take this side of the brush down in here. Alright, now we're going to take a Q-tip and we're going to put some CLP on here, and we're going to get down inside the channel for the striker spring and striker. And see how dirty that is down in there. And got some brass shavings in there even. Get this other side. Let's go in here. Do it again. Alright, now we're going to take a clean side of a Q-tip with no CLP, and let's get in there. It's starting to get clean. Alright, it's getting there. I'll get it one more time. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, now we're going to take a clean patch and we're going to get in here with this. Wipe everything down real good. Alright, get it back here where our back plate's going to go in. Let's get down in here. Wipe this all out real good. We're going to take another patch. We're going to wipe this down real good. Alright, and then I want to take a Q-tip, get in here and get that excess CLP out of there. Now we're going to reinstall that. So we're going to stick that back in. Alright, now that that's back in, we're going to take our punch and we're going to hold that down. We're going to get our back plate started and clip that in. Click that in just like that. Alright, now we're going to take another patch, clean patch, and we're going to wipe the spring and guide rod down real good. And we're going to set that right there. Alright, now we're going to take our breakthrough clean battle rope 2.0. We're going to get this out and we're going to take care of the barrel. So down on this side, we're just going to take a little bit of CLP and go around that rope right in front of our bristles. Drop our rod in here and pull it through. Now I like to do this 3 times. Completely up to you how many times you want to pull it through. 3 is my preference. Alright, now we're going to address the frame. So we're going to take our brush again and we're going to put some CLP on here, and I want to start at the front and work my way back. So we're going to get down here in the channel gonna get these rails real good. Just go over everything. Just scrub it down. Come back here, get the trigger bar. Get your ejector. Get your rails here in the back. The mag well on this is not that bad. I've got a way I do this, and I'll show you here in a second. So, alright, we're going to just let that sit for a few minutes. Alright, we're going to take a clean patch and get in here and get everything wiped down. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Alright, so this is a mag brush to clean the inside of my magazines, and this is actually what I use inside the mag well. Just get in here and brush that out real good, and you see down in there, it gets that pretty clean. So I don't ever go in from the top. I just come up out of the bottom and brush that out real good. I'll try to figure out where I got this and put a link to it. I've had this for a long time, but this is a nice tool to have. We're going to be using that again here in a few minutes. Alright, now this next part, we're going to be using this Flitz metal polish. Now, I don't expect you to go this far with this. Now, this is just something that I do on every gun when I get it. Now, I have not done the Taurus yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to polish up this feed ramp. Now, there's two reasons I'm doing this. One, because I do it on every gun when I get one. And two, I'm having some feeding issues with my polymer coated bullets, like my Summit City bullets and my blue bullets and my Brass Monkey bullets. And I want this gun to be able to run everything, but it is not liking my reloads. Now, it'll run my Berries bullets just fine, any of my copper plated bullets, but it is not working with the other bullets. So we're going to be using my Dremel 4000. We just got a felt tip on this. So we're going to take some Flitz here and we're going to soak this down, and we're going to put a coating right there on the feed ramp here, and we're going to turn this on, and we're just going to get in here and we're going to polish this out real well. If you don't feel comfortable doing something like this, don't do it. But this is actually not going to remove any material. It's just going to give this a really nice finish, and it's going to make it nice and slick. Alright, now we're going to take our rag that we got wrapped around the barrel, and we're going to hit this real good. We're going to wipe that off. Alright, and we're going to go back and we're going to do it a second time. Alright, now we're going to take this patch and we're going to put a little bit of oil on this, and I'm going to put it on the end of this Q-tip and work at, and we're just going to push that right down the barrel a couple times. Hit that feed ramp with just a little bit of that oil, and I'm going to show you what it looks like now that I've got that all polished up. Now I want to take this, since it's got a little bit of oil on it, and let's just put a light coat over the barrel, and there is that. Now we're going to take the slide and put our barrel back in here. We're going to put our spring and guide rod back in here, and we're just going to set this up here for now. Alright, our comp's been soaking in the solvent for a while, so we're going to take this brush, the small side. This already has some CLP on it, and we're just going to get in here and we're going to wipe this out real good. Get right here. Do that on both sides. Let's get back here, get our threads. Take a microfiber cloth and we're just going to wipe this down real good. And our comp looks as good as new. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do, we are going to take this Battleborn HP Pro. This does have the needle applicator. And what I want to do here is just put a little drop of oil on the rails. Do this on both sides. And we're going to reinstall the slide. Alright, we're going to check function. Good. Nice reset. We got this all back together. Alright, we got our comp back on, and I do have that tightened down to 40 inch-pounds. Okay, now we're just going to take a microfiber cloth and let's just wipe down everything real good. Get all this excess oil and CLP off of here. And she looks as good as new. Alright, but we're not done. We still got other stuff to do here. Alright, now I'm going to show you how I address all my glass and my red dots. So, I use these BioPure electronic wipes. They're just a 70% alcohol wipe. I think I actually bought these at Walmart. You can get them anywhere. I just bought a bunch off of Amazon, and they're up in the studio. So, take one of these cloths, and I like to start here in the back of the glass. Wipe that down really good, and do the same in the front. Okay. Wipe this down for as long as you want. Okay. And before it dries, I like to take one of these lens cleaning cloths. Now make sure you use one that has not had any oil or cleaning stuff on it. I try to keep one down here in the reload room off to the side so it doesn't get any kind of degreaser or anything like that on it. And just get in here and buff this glass really good with your microfiber cloth. Okay. Now that looks really good. Now sometimes it's hard to get around the edges, so I'll just take a Q-tip and go around the edge of the glass. And that is perfect. And that's how I clean the windows on my red dots. Alright, now the mags. A lot of guys don't clean their mags, and I clean them pretty frequently. Not every time I take them to the range, but with the Taurus mags, just press down there. The Taurus mags are super easy to take apart. Okay, knock your follower out of there. Alright, now what I like to do with this is I take some of this Rim Action Cleaner, and don't use a bunch. I just take a little squirt like that, and we're going to go back to this mag brush, and I like to just clean these out really good. Alright, and that stuff dries super fast. Now I'll take a cloth, just wipe down the outside of your mag real good, and we're just going to set that there to the side. Now the springs, I kind of do the same thing. Just take this brush, clean the springs real good. And just set that off to the side. If you want, you can just take your microfiber towel and kind of wipe it down a little bit. But that's all I do with the springs. Now, this part, what I like to do is take a cloth patch, put a very light coat CLP on there, and clean this really good all the way around. And it gets all that gunk off of there. Get the back side. And then I'll take my microfiber towel again, and we'll get all that excess off of there. And now that follower looks as good as new. We're going to put this back on the spring. Put that into the mag. Alright. Take push that down. Slide that back on. I wished all mags were as easy as these Taurus mags. Take this and put that back on, and that is how I clean my mags. Alright, now the last thing we got to do is the light. And you can see it's nasty. So I do the same thing that I do with my red dot. I grab two of them instead of one. I'm going to open this up. Get this unfolded. And we're going to hit the outside of this really good. We're going to get this lens good. See how nasty that is? And it's a good idea to do this every time you use the light when you're shooting, if you think about it, because over time that stuff can build up and it's going to be a lot harder to get off. So we got this Phoenix GL19R looking like new again, and we're going to do the same thing. Take this cloth and just buff that lens out. And there you go, it looks good as new. Alright, so there you have it. That is my cleaning video of the Taurus G3 Tactical. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.